from the frat house. I told you a couple weeks ago I would show you my mobile office. It truly is mobile because a lot of times it takes place in the van. If we're at a practice, if one of the boys is playing a sport, I generally watch practice. If it's crummy outside, especially if I have our 1-year-old with me, he's only going to last so long if it's crummy outside. If it's crummy enough, they call practice. But that's kind of an opportunity for me to kind of get a couple of things done at once, especially if there's something pressing. If I have a deadline that I have to meet, I will bring everything with me. It's pretty rare that the bag does not leave the house with me. We're not separated very often. So then it is truly a mobile office because I will sit in the van. A lot of times I can sit all the way in the back seat, fold down the middle seat, and it makes a nice little table or desk. So, but this way I have everything with me. Also mobile because a lot of times here at home, especially when everyone is home after school or on the weekends, if there's something I have to get done, I will go hide. That sounds awful, but I will. Obviously, the back room, the back sunroom is kind of my office, and this becomes the multi-purpose serve everyone room. So sitting here and getting work done when everybody's home, when it absolutely has got to be done, is not very likely to happen. So I'll take this into the bedroom and close the door. So this is the mobile office. It's a bag from Gala. I believe the color is called Ice Beige. I will find the actual, model or whatever and the color, and I'll put it down in the description for you. But I love this bag. I do not buy bags very often. I'm not a big, shoe and purse girl. I'm just not. So too many people in the house need other stuff all the time. So but I'm really glad I invested in this bag. I've had it for almost a year. I have used it fairly exclusively for the year, even to the point of, I'll throw diapers and wipes and snacks in here for the 1-year-old, and this is just what I'll take with me. It's, unless I absolutely know I'm not going to have a chance, those 5 or 10 stolen minutes to work, in that case, I won't bring this bag with me. But otherwise, everything is in here for pretty much anything I need to get done. So this is essentially a what's in my bag, but it's all, work stuff. So I will show you. First of all, big folder. It's a big tri-pocket folder. I just got it at Office Max. And there goes the graph paper. Big tri-color folder with graph paper, some planner inserts that I'm fiddling with for a blog post and a video. So anything that's large, that's paper, that I don't have punched, either it's too big to fit into my desk size planner or I just don't have it punched, like those planner inserts I'm working on, that all goes in here. Then my desk size, it's a Daytimer Malibu leather desk size planner in plum. I love this thing. I love it. It is so soft. I don't always bring this with me when I leave the house. Like I said, it depends. If I know there's stuff in here I'm going to need, I definitely toss it in the bag. It is not so big that it's completely inconvenient to take anywhere by any stretch of the imagination. If you watch my other videos, I did recently get a personal Malden, and I'm using that as, it kind of took the place of my wallet. So I'm using it for things other than a wallet as well, but a portion of it is just wallet. So eliminates having to carry a wallet. Because I have room obviously in that for paper, there are some things in this that are also in the Malden. Just basic, if I'm doing something for work, a lot of times it's my basis is a checklist, and I have a copy of that checklist in here and in the Malden. So if it's something for the book, that's all in here, because these two I won't be carrying with me for too much longer. But for now, I have 2 sizes of Moleskine. The larger one is for, books that I'm reading that I've taken notes on. That all goes in here. I'm taking a lot of that stuff I only write it down if I know darn well I'm going to refer to it again. I'm going to need it. A really good example would be Platform by Michael Hyatt. He runs a publishing company, runs Thomas Nelson Publishers, has built this fantastic website, all kinds of ideas for, a website, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all kinds of really useful information. So I've written it all in here. I'm transferring what I have in here into the desk size planner. So I don't have to carry this and this and this all the time. I'd rather just carry this. These are beautiful. I love Moleskine notebooks, but it's nice to be able to grab that desk size planner and know that anything I could possibly need is in it, so that's all I need. I don't need to remember these. So this one is stuff for the blog, notes from books. This one is writing for the book that I'm working on. So this is all getting transferred in the desk size as well, because a lot of that stuff, depending on how convenient it is, when something pops in your head, sometimes it'll just get written into the Malden real quick. I'll just put it into Evernote really fast as a note, those random things that pop in your head, ideas you don't want to forget, or into OmniFocus or into Drafts. So those are 3 apps I use a lot on the phone. So it just depends. Sometimes it gets written down. Consolidating it all into the planner will help a lot. The other thing I usually have in the bag is my iPad, which I'm filming this on right now. So it's just your typical iPad. This is going to sound like overkill. I completely understand if you think that. But I also carry an iPad mini. I'll explain why in a minute, but that has to do with work. And then the personal Malden. If I know I'm going out and I'm not going to have time to really get any work done, invariably I'll be picking somebody up and I'll get there 10, 15 minutes early. I can work for that 10 or 15 minutes, and I need to take those stolen moments when I can and be able to be productive. So if nothing else, I have this with me because it serves as my wallet. I'm obviously not going to leave the house without my wallet, without an ID and whatnot. So if nothing else, I have my phone, my keys, this, maybe my sunglasses. I can work with that. I've got enough things duplicated between here and between the desk size that if I have this with me, I'm not going to be prohibited from working because I don't have the desk size with me. I know that probably sounds like overkill. It's just my brain. It works for me. That's all I can say. It works for me. And then pencil bag. Honestly, I don't use a whole lot in here, which sounds crazy. Look how big it is. There's stuff in there, guys. The reason I'm not using this as much as I used to is because these are always with me. It's 2 4-color Colettos with 4 different colors in each one because I color code everything. I know, 8 colors, guys, 8 colors. But I use them. I use every single color. So I was using Friction pens, and I wanted to try them, and all I could get locally was like the 0.7 millimeter, typical like from Target. And the 0.7 millimeter is just too much for me. It's too much ink deposit. But I have them in here because the kids like to use them. I still use them occasionally, but generally I write with these. The other thing about the pencil bag and being able to take your mobile office and utilize those stolen moments of work, you can get a lot done in 10 minutes if you have your stuff with you so you can work. It never fails that I will have one of the boys with me, at least, usually 2 or 3. Oh, we have 10 minutes to wait. Let's kill some time. Why don't you guys do some homework? I'm going to work for a little bit. And I'm not kidding you. Oh, I buy so many pencils. I buy a lot of pencils every school year. And it never fails. We'll have that 10 or 15 minutes that we're waiting for somebody. Why don't you guys do your homework? Do you know what their standard response is? I think they say it without any neurons even having to fire anymore. It's like breathing for them. Why don't you do your homework? I can't. I don't have a pencil. Are you kidding? How do you not have a pencil? So guess what? Mom has a pencil and erasers and pens and whiteout. So I always have this with me because if they're not doing their homework, I can't work, basically. And then we get home and we still have to go over homework. So it's nice to be able to do all that at the same time. Anyway, sorry, really long, bad tangent. Last big piece of it is wireless keyboard from Apple. And like I said, I was going to explain the Mini. It's kind of a weird job to explain, but I'll try. I essentially take things that are like exams for graduate level mathematics and textbooks, anything like that, and I have them in a PDF format, and I read that from the iPad, but they have to be recoded in a coding language that is internet browser friendly, if that makes sense. So I'm reading off of that. I've piled everything up here. Coding onto this, which I know doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense because it has a smaller screen, but reading off of the iPad is easier for me. And I also code onto this because the iPad is wireless only. This does have cellular service. So if I finish something, especially something really big, I can send it off right away because I have cell service on here. And this just makes it easier to type for any stretch of time. This is kind of small. The Minis keyboard is perfectly fine. My hands are fairly small, but it's pretty small. I'm more likely to make mistakes typing on here and then having to spend time tracking them down. Like I said, I don't like to waste time. So, keyboard. And then the last thing is glasses. I have a really high eyeglass prescription. I wear my contacts all the time. I'm I'm not kidding, really blind. And now I'm getting old enough that I'm finding I need readers sometimes when my eyes are very tired. And that's sad. Getting old really kind of bites. And then sunglasses and earbuds. Invariably, I will take a class online. I don't know why I do this to myself, like there's not enough going on, but I kind of always love to have one class online going, so like a math class or a science class. And if I'm at the grocery store, especially by myself, because that can be, kind of a 45-minute, hour-long trip, not generally there by myself, but it does happen. If I have the earbuds with me, I can listen to a lecture on the phone, stick it in my pocket while I'm doing the grocery shopping. So I try to keep my earbuds with me. So that is pretty much it. That's pretty much the mobile office. I feel like I babbled a lot, you guys. I'm really sorry. And we're not outside. I know several of you said you loved that I filmed outside. I would love to film outside. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's actually chilly. Look, do you see that? It's a sweater. It's sweater weather, which I'm not going to get too attached to because the day after tomorrow it's supposed to be 90 degrees again outside. Sunday it was 40 degrees and it poured rain all day. And Thursday it's supposed to be 90. So I'm going to enjoy this for the one day it's probably going to last. So again, babbling. I'm going to do probably a few more videos today while it's quiet, but I won't post them right away. So no giggling and pointing when you see I'm in the same clothes 3 videos in a row. If you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, if you see anything I'm doing here that is just crazy, well, it's all crazy. Don't misunderstand me. I know it's all crazy. Anything that seems kind of counterintuitive or not productive, let me know. Any questions you have, please let me know. Okay? You guys enjoy your afternoon. Bye-bye.